Of the Great Britain Rugby League Tour of New Zealand featured exclusively here on the Sports Channel. Today we're going to find out if the Lions can consolidate their brilliant first Test success with another victory against Wellington. Coach Malcolm Reilly has named a drastically changed side in order to give all his squad a chance to experience playing on New Zealand soil. Lyon is at full back. Eastwood, Irwin, Powell and Devereux are the three quarters. Jonathan Davis has another chance at stand-off alongside Derek Fox, who takes the captain's role for this game. The forwards are the relatively inexperienced combination of Lucas, Jackson, Furbank, Smales, Price and Clark. Well, to see how they got on, let's join Greg Clark.
The referee today is Neville Keisha from Auckland, and now he's just returned from a 4-week trip around the Pacific Islands, refereeing some of the matches for the Bala Tour. That's the British Amateur Rugby League team. No doubt he's going to find the conditions here in Wellington today a little bit different from that he experienced in the Pacific Islands. So Great Britain now, after that kick by Mike Kawiti, that could be the Wellington plan today, and the conditions try and play the game inside Great Britain territory. But the first penalty coming up to Great Britain.
It's an unnecessary penalty this early in the game, Greg. Wellington will have to keep their errors down to a minimum. If they're going to get on top of it all during this game, they've got to get good field position and maintain it. Giving away silly penalties like that will only put themselves under pressure.
Wellington skipper Mike Kawiti, and this is Jonathan Davis kicking for the grandstand touch. Fine touch, the tap will be taken 3 metres inside Wellington territory. Good run by Smales, but he's lost the ball. We might be expecting quite a bit of that today. Peever does well to stay in touch. Dave O'Sullivan, he's lost it.
That's a bad error from Wellington player Dave O'Sullivan this early in the match, turning the ball over like that. They'll have to get better ball control.
Fox puts it in, takes it out, but referee Keisha wants it in again. The rain continues to fall. Fox takes it out. Now this is Davis. Sean Owen, he had a strong game against the Kiwi Colts in the midfield last Wednesday in the rain at Huntly. But Morven Edwards is there to wrap him up. 8 metres inside Wellington territory. Fox looking for the runners. He has a bit of a fumble. Eventually gets it back to the support. That's the hooker, Lee Jackson. Now this is Phil Clark. Down the blind side they go. Irwin, strong run, but also strong defence there waiting for him. Morven Edwards and also Dave O'Sullivan. Great Britain going nowhere at the moment. Clark throws a dummy. Won't get away from Lomax. Good defence by Wellington. Fox. Now he's going to turn the defence around. Peter Edwards back there, playing in only his second match for Wellington. Met by Fox and also Jackson. 20 metres out from the Wellington line. Aramoana. He'll also be playing Great Britain on Sunday. Aramoana, one of quite a few Wellington players selected in the New Zealand Māori selection to play Great Britain at the Rotorua International Stadium.
Wellington just working simple plays, Greg, out of their own quarter. Now Gilbert's going to kick the ball down to get good field position. That's a good set of 6 from Wellington.
Now the first touch of the ball for David Lyon. His first game for Great Britain, a 22-year-old from Warrington. Paul Eastwood, he scored a hat-trick in his last match. That was against the Kiwi Colts in Huntly last week. Fox out to Fairbank. 12 metres short of halfway. Great Britain territory. Jackson, but wrapped up by his opposite number, Barry Harvey. Foul. Jackson keeping it alive through Smales. Out now to Devereux. Back inside to Smales again. But a knock on there, so some pretty good work.
Both sides making a lot of simple errors. I think you can put that down to the ground conditions, Greg. Greasy surface and a slippery ball.
Yes, good work before by Great Britain to keep it alive, but it all came unstuck. Wellington ball now. Gilbert back inside to big Dave Iwe. Pulled down, just a metre short of halfway. Gilbert out to Kawiti. He's got runners lined up outside. Oh, head high there on Edwards, but he manages to keep going. Fairbank the tackler. Gilbert. This is Peever taking a bit of stopping. Wellington starting to get on a bit of a roll. 0-0 the score at the Basin Reserve. Now it's Gilbert down the blind. Kawiti standing wide. Back inside now to Edwards. He runs into Irwin. And also in there is Price. Second row for Great Britain. Defence up pretty quickly out wide by Great Britain there, but Wellington still trying to keep it alive. It's gone to ground and it's going to be a Great Britain ball. Paimalo couldn't quite hold on to it. Now it's John Devereaux in from the wing, running a crossfield though. And Lucas, the prop for Great Britain, limping at the moment, receiving quite a bit of attention. Plays for the Wigan club. For a moment there were two balls on the field. Now it's going to be Great Britain to play it. Fox. This is out Spales, but he picks up the loose forward over there, Clark.
Both sides playing a very similar style of football, Greg, in this early part of the game, using a lot of their big forwards off pivots.
Now, Great Britain. They want to play it down in Wellington's half as well.
Good chasing by Great Britain there, down there in numbers. That's a good kick chase effort by Great Britain.
Peter Edwards, only his second game for Wellington today, but he's been kept busy so far in the match.
He's had a couple of good runs, Greg, early in the game. That'll give the young fella a lot of heart. He's been playing outstandingly well for his club in Upper Hutt. It's his first season in Wellington.
Gilbert to play it now. There's O'Sullivan down the blind side. Won't get away from Fairbanks. Smales in there.
A lot of Great Britain defenders.
Owen.
A lot of Great Britain defenders in there, Greg. They're very busy today.
Seni Paimalo. Robert Peever. A strong run, but also a strong tackle by Fairbank. That's the fifth tackle. Gilbert. Down for David Lyon. Over his own quarter line. Runs into Harvey. And also Morgan Edwards.
And likewise, another good kick chase effort from Wellington. Things very even at the moment in this match.
Philip Clark. 18 metres short of halfway. Now this is Derek Fox. Out to Lucas. Limping before, but he seems to be okay now. He's wrapped up over there by Iwe. Jackson from dummy half. Out to big John Devereaux. Trying to find a way up the centre. Almost got through. 2 metres short of halfway. Fox. What's the boot to it? So both sides certainly turning on the same sort of tactics at the moment. Malamau. Held up, 15 metres out from his own line. Iwe wants a run from dummy half, almost to the quarter line. Still 0-0 at the Basin Reserve. John Lomax. Gilbert. Kawiti running onto it at pace. Pushes off one by Kawiti. Got a good ball out to Aramoana. Victor Aramoana is going to put the left foot to it. Finding some open spaces. Lions should get there first. Dives on it well.
Good piece of football from Victor Aramoana. He's been in outstanding form this year for both the Upper Hutt Rugby League Club and for Wellington. He's scored a swelter of tries in the last couple of years. He'll be happy with that effort.
So Gary Price up over the quarter line. Wellington have to try and hold Great Britain down on this side of the field now. Fox, Smales.
This Wellington team have showed a willingness to move the ball around a little bit, Greg.
Jackson caught from dummy half. Good defence there. Around the ruck by Barry Harvey. Now it's back to line for the clearing kick. Edwards is home. And Phil Clark does the tackling. Amroana from dummy half. He loses it. A Great Britain ball. They've got numbers up out wide, but Davis couldn't get the pass away. Wrapped up by Edwards, Marvin Edwards. Now this is Sean Irwin.
Good tackle by Dave O'Sullivan and John Lomax. They're good effort.
Fox. Darryl Powell. Missed out one, but found Devereaux out wide. Round goes Powell again, throwing the dummy. Fairbank. Got one all the way off the ground almost. Back to Powell over halfway, but he's going the wrong way. Straight across field. Almost intercepted by Edwards. Back to one, says referee Keisha. And now this is Sean Irwin, but he won't get away from John Lomax. So Britain attempting to keep this ball alive. Clark turning in the tackle, but he's held up. Fox, the double round with Lucas. Oh, Smales left it behind. Knock on.
Both sides guilty of just making simple errors with the football. I think you can put that down to just trying to do a little bit too much. I think they should just concentrate on going forward and controlling the football.
Wellington ball. Jeffrey Tangara will play it 10 metres short of halfway. Faimalo. 2 metres short of halfway. Still 0-0 the score. John Lomax up over halfway, but he runs into a wall of Great Britain defenders. Lee Jackson, the hooker. And it's a penalty to Wellington. Ian Lucas, the man in the headgear, singled out by referee Neville Keisha. Jason Gilbert will kick for the outer touchline. Jason Gilbert. But it's Tangara with the tap. Molyneux running round. Oh, he runs right into Carl Fairbank. And it's a penalty to Wellington. And now referee Keisha calling out Lee Jackson, the hooker. There it is, a head high there. It was Smales underneath. The man over the top went high. It was too high for Neville Keisha's liking. So it'll be Jason Gilbert to try and put the first points on the board for Wellington. Jason Gilbert, the leading point scorer in the National Provincial Championship here in New Zealand. 4 tries and 36 goals, 88 points. Prolific point scorer for Wellington. Gilbert gives it plenty of air, and it's the right direction. It's straight between the uprights. So Wellington go out to a lead of 2 points to 0. So the restart by Jonathan Davis. And it's going to go dead. So it's going to be a goalmouth dropout.
Gee, that was a poor mistake there, Greg. The winger there let the ball bounce over the line, which now means that Wellington have to drop the ball out from underneath their own post, and Great Britain get another set of 6. That's a simple error there that was unnecessary. Professional side like Great Britain could make them pay for this.
Dave Iwe with the restart. Wellington 2. Great Britain 0 at the moment, and this is David Lyne. Scored a great try for Warrington in the Challenge Cup final at Wembley. That was against Wigan. Came over with big raps. So let's see what Great Britain can do with it now. Can they hit back? This is Lucas, the prop. Almost on the Wellington quarter line. Fox down the blind side. Davis stops, but he won't get away from Barry Harvey. Good defence by the Wellington hooker. Fairbank looking to offload. Does well to get it back to Phil Clark. Now that's the 5th tackle. Derek Fox, the little grubber kick through. Edwards almost left it behind, but he picks it up and will play it only 2 metres out from his own line. About 14 minutes gone in the first half. Here's Aaron Moana. Faimalo from dummy half, running straight across field. Failing to reach the advantage line. Wellington well and truly pinned. Inside their own quarter, Kawiti pushes off one. Manages to get it back to Barry Harvey. Big Robert Peaver.
Wellington under a lot of pressure from that unforced error earlier on, having to play the last 5 minutes down here, having bad field position.
Well, now Morven Edwards with a bit of room to move and finds Dave Iwi. Unmarked over the top. Now to Molyneux, and he's lost it. So a good run there by Wellington, coming unstuck.
It's 2 errors in a row that Samati Molyneux has made. Wellington really have to control the football a little bit better and show a little bit more respect for it if they're going to be competitive in this game. This Great Britain side, they'll feed off Wellington errors all day.
Daryl Powell to play it now. 8 metres inside Wellington territory. Derek Fox. Gary Price trying his luck down the blind side. Couldn't link up with Devereaux. Fairbank. Now out to Fox. This is Jonathan Davis. That's the halfway line. Derek Fox now kicking over for Molyneux. He takes it this time. And he'll be held up about 10 metres short of halfway. Iwi from dummy half. Expect the big centre to have a run. Tangara. He's got John Lomax running off him. But the 2 props for Great Britain throw him into the Basin Reserve turf right on halfway. Oh, Peebles left it behind. So now, play on. This is Lee Jackson. Played 2 tests against Papua New Guinea on the way to New Zealand. Failed to make the test starting lineup. Martin Dermott got the nod there. And this time Lee Jackson gets the penalty. Wellington not allowing him to get up and play the ball.
Again, just simple mistakes from Wellington, turning the ball over, giving away unnecessary penalties. It's just placing themselves under more and more pressure.
Wellington coach Howie Tamati in the middle of the reserves there. Not quite biting his fingernails at the moment.
You'll be concerned about the mistake rate.
Wellington lead by 2 points to 0. Lee Jackson taking the tap. This is Ian Lucas, the Wigan prop.
Good run from Ian Lucas, very good, strong run.
Now Great Britain in with a chance. They try the switch of play. Phil Clark gets it out to Fairbank, and that's the first try of the match. Carl Fairbank, too much power. So Great Britain score the first points. The first try, 4 points to 2 over Wellington.
Well, we picked it out a couple of minutes ago. Wellington have been making a lot of errors. We pick up the play here with the Great Britain halfback taking the ball up, drawing players, switch back to blindside, second row taking the ball, beating tackles there with ease. That must be a bit of a worry for Coach Tamati, offloading a short ball, and the Great Britain player, Ian Lucas, goes over for a great try.
So the second rower, Gary Price, on the switch of play, caught the Wellington defence napping there, and back inside to Carl Fairbank, in fact, the prop. Fairbank, the try scorer there. Great Britain leading by 4 points to 2. One of 5 brothers who have played top rugby league for clubs in Great Britain. 25 years of age. And in fact, it was Fairbank that scored 2 tries to help Great Britain beat Wellington at the Hutt Recreation Ground 2 years ago. Jonathan Davis strikes the ball very sweetly indeed, right between the uprights. So it's now Great Britain leading Wellington by 6 points to 2 at the Basin Reserve. Jason Gilbert with the restart for Wellington. 19 minutes gone in the first half. Fox, the skipper for Great Britain today, takes it and offloads now to the fullback coming in. That's Lyon, Kawiti and Faimalo there. Two 1989 Kiwis wrap him up. Fairbank, the try scorer, looking to offload.
Wellington have to prevent the Great Britain forwards from standing and offloading in the tackle.
This is Price, who had a big hand in the lead up to the last try. Lucas. Looks to be plenty of confidence in this Great Britain forward pack. Jackson kicks it into one of the Wellington players. It rebounds on the Great Britain side. Quick hands over to John Devereux on the halfway line, but he slips over before he gets to Dave Iwi, who claims him now. Jackson. Powell at dummy half. Fox. Lucas, the double round with Fox. Out now to Clark. Price. Very busy second rower, Gary Price. Fox. The double round with Clark. Back inside to Smales. He gets it back to nobody. Fox had to clean up. Powell. He has to run backwards. Now across field. Got up to the halfway line. Penalty to Great Britain. Mike Kawiti penalised there. Tripping Powell as he was trying to get up and play the ball. Mike Kawiti playing his 51st game for Wellington today, and it could be his last as he concentrates on his professional career for Leeds in Britain. Davis finds touch on the grandstand side. Not a big crowd here at the Basin Reserve. The weather certainly going against tour officials today. Fairbank. Place it back to Lee Jackson, having a run from dummy half. 10 metres out from the line now. Another chance for Great Britain. They lead by 6 points to 2. Fairbank shows it for a while, gets it back to Fox, but he's got no support there. Tangala, the tackler, around the legs. Now this is Ian Lucas, charging for the line, the prop. He's held up only 5 metres out now. Jackson at dummy half. Fox wants it down the blind side. Jackson fumbles. Has to have a run on his own. Now he gets it back to Fox. They throw it to the open side. Phil Clark gets it out to Smales. Smales diving for the line. Can he get it down? Yes. Between the post. So Great Britain on a roll well and truly now. Ian Smales, the second rower, underneath the post.
Good try from Ian Smales there. The Great Britain side looking to do a lot of work around the middle of the ruck. You see the little fumble there from the Great Britain hooker. He tidies it up himself, stands and offloads the ball in the tackle. Picks up Derek Fox, who had a hand in the last try. Look at Ian Smales here, running for the short ball, call for the short pass, running hard. This is a good determined effort from a very good player.
Yes, both second rowers from Great Britain having a busy game. Things were going pretty wrong there, but they decided to spin it wide. And Smales running onto the ball, got through O'Sullivan. So Great Britain now leading by 10 points to 2. Smales from Featherstone, still only 21 years of age, a utility player. And this should be a gift 2 points for Jonathan Davis. Right in front of the uprights. 12 points to 2. Great Britain leading the try scorer, Ian Smales.
Try scorer was 11, Ian Smales, converted by Jonathan Davis.
So the task well and truly ahead of this Wellington side now. They've got to hit back before too long. Great Britain look to be on a bit of a roll. The try scorer, Smales, makes it up to the quarter line.
Wellington are making it very difficult on themselves to compete today because of the error rate. That last try you could put down to Great Britain receiving the ball from an earlier penalty for a Wellington infringement.
Well, Well, here's Clark, Phil Clark, running strongly. But Harvey and Lomax were there to put him into the ground. Powell from dummy half won't get past Faimalo, and the other second rower, O'Sullivan, 10 metres short of halfway. Great Britain territory. Back it goes now to Jonathan Davis. He's going to turn Wellington round. Edwards has to run back, takes it on the first bounce. Inside his own quarter. Once again, good chasing by this Great Britain side.
They're playing very professionally, Great Britain, at the moment. Their kick chase game has been very good, and it's been superior to Wellington.
Oh, good run here by Mike Kawiti, throwing the dummies, and he does well to almost stay in touch, but what's the referee going to do here? Award a penalty to Wellington because the winger, Victor Aramoana, was it? No, was another Wellington player lying injured on the ground. Morven Edwards was taken out without the ball, so Wellington get the penalty.
It's important that Wellington don't panic at this stage. They just control the football, get good field position so they can launch some sort of attack from a good set of 6.
Paul Eastwood there, the man penalised for Great Britain, and it's Jeffrey Tangata taking the tap now. Another penalty to Wellington. Great Britain well inside the 10 metres on that tap kick.
Wellington looking to pull off a set move here. Have a look, Mike Kawiti standing on the blind side. It looks like they're going to set a couple of rucks up on the open side, and so that Mike Kawiti can come back exploiting the blind.
Well, it's Gilbert finding touch. About 15 metres inside Great Britain territory. The double round, and eventually it goes out to Faimalo. Can't get the pass away, takes the tackle. So a chance now for Wellington. They're trailing by 12 points to 2. Tangata back inside to O'Sullivan, but Great Britain read that one pretty well. Robert Pivar got through one. He looked to unload, but couldn't get it back to Harvey. Almost on the quarter line. Harvey having a run from dummy half. Held up there by Philip Clark, but he gets a good ball away to John Lomax. Starting to move Lomax back inside. It goes to Tangata. Jeffrey Tangata, the little halfback, a chance now. Out wide, it's Molyneux, and he's in for a try.
Very good try for Wellington from the set move. Coach Howie Tamati will be very happy with that effort. That was a good bit of work from the Wellington attacking team. That sort of try had everything. That'll give them good heart, the sort of important part. Barry Harvey standing in the tackle to offload the ball. Offloads a nice short ball to John Lomax, who's awesome running at any sort of wide ruck defence. You see him busting the ball, offloading it inside pass to Jeffrey Tanger, removing at pace. That was a good pair of hands. He had the presence of mind again to stay on his feet, draw the cover defence, throw a long pass to Samati Molimo. Only his second game for Wellington this year. That's a good try.
Well, on this occasion, it was the Great Britain defence that was really rattled. But you've got to put it down to Barry Harvey. Fought his way out of that tackle. John Lomax, plenty of speed off the mark for a big man. Good backing up by Jeffrey Tangata. Very slippery little character. He had the Great Britain defence at 6s and 7s. Eventually, Molyneux finishing it off well. And the conversion attempt right between the posts by Jason Gilbert. What a great conversion.
He's been in outstanding kicking form for the last couple of years, Jason Gilbert. There's not much of him out there. He's only got skinny legs, but he can kick the ball.
So Wellington right back into this match. Great conversion by that man, number 6. Here he is, Jason Gilbert. Good try to Subati Molyneux. 12 points to 8. Jonathan Davis. Mike Kawiti, and he's going to put the boot to it immediately. The rain continues to fall, only likely here at the Basin Reserve. Bit of a kicking game going on now because David Lyne's going to kick it straight back down, and Dave Iwi has put it down, but the referee says knock back. A lucky break there for Wellington.
Fortuitous call from the referee there.
Gilbert, no way through there for the standoff. 15 metres short of halfway. Dave O'Sullivan down the blind side, launches himself into Fairbank, and also Philip Clark there to hold him up.
He's a good honest player, Dave O'Sullivan, a no frills type player. He'll work hard all day. He's had a busy game so far.
But John Lomax playing with plenty of confidence at the moment for Wellington. Faimalo with a bit of speed now. Gets it out to Gilbert. Tries one along the ground. It's picked up by Morven Edwards. Another chance for Wellington. This time it's Peter Edwards.
Good
Can't
run
link
by
up with the support.
Wellington looking very dangerous when they get the ball wide of the ruck.
Well, that's the quarter line in Great Britain territory. Marvin Edwards out now to Gilbert. He throws the long one out to Mike Kawiti, standing wide. This time Kawiti's going to be wrapped up. No, he's not. He's getting his pass back now to Gilbert. Faimalo up over the quarter line, but a good tackle, ball and all by Fairbank. Good on his prop, Fairbank for Great Britain, but it's still Wellington. That's the 5th tackle. The grubber kick through by Tangara, but Lyon is back there to clean up.
Good effort from Wellington there. What they've got to do now is have a busy effort in defence and try and keep Great Britain down here. They're looking a bit skinny on the blind here, though.
Sean Irwin stops, starts to go again. Won't get away from Aaron Morana that throws him, wrestles him into the turf.
Wellington just a little bit slow to get themselves reorganised in defence there, but they're looking very good on attack, Wellington, so far.
Lee Jackson plays for the whole club.
Great Britain will just be happy to play for time here, just take the ball up slowly and get good field position.
Carl Fairbank, midway between the halfway and the quarter line, Great Britain territory. Darryl Powell, out to Fox, out to Devereaux, but he's going to run back in field. To me, John Devereaux is taking quite a while to adapt to the game of rugby league. Of course, he played 20 rugby union internationals for Wales. And for my liking, he has a tendency to cut back in field far too much.
I think that too as well, Greg, was probably an indication that he might be suited to playing his rugby league more closer to the ruck than perhaps being playing out on the wing, because he likes the hard physical style of play.
Well, it was Carl Fairbank, the big prop, that put the grubber kick through. That's John Devereaux there, a big man for a wing. Still only 24 years of age. Plays for the Widnes Club. Lee Jackson, the hooker. Barry Harvey, the Wellington hooker, having trouble packing down. Robert Peaver, one of his props.
Get it back!
Tangara puts it in, takes it out for Wellington. Out it goes down to Jason Gilbert. Won't get away from Jonathan Davis. Mike Kawiti. Good ball to Iwi. Out now to Peter Edwards on the charge. Eastwood in from the wing. Injured himself in that tackle as well. And the ball's lying loose on the ground. They looked at it. Jonathan Davis, if he can keep the toe going, it's going to be a try. Yes, Jonathan Davis, as easy as that. Wellington stood there and looked at that one. Jonathan Davis, you don't give him an inch.
Not a player of his class and his poise and his style, not this Jonathan Davis. The biggest rugby union signing to rugby league in the history of the game. Have a look at this, the drop ball by Wellington, onto it like a flash, controls the ball. Perhaps he's had a few soccer games for Manchester United, I don't know, but he looks pretty classy. Good try, good professional effort from a class player.
Well, you can see there Aaron Moana and even Mike Kawiti stood and looked at it for a while. And I tell you what, he's as quick as a flash when there's a scoring opportunity. Jonathan Davis.
The reaction time of some of those Wellington players looked a bit slow there too, didn't it, Greg?
Well, Wellington was certainly just getting back on level terms, almost with Great Britain. John Lomax looking a bit stunned there.
Again, Wellington have been very competitive, but they've just made it very difficult on themselves by making simple errors. All they have to do is keep their head, control the football and go forward. But each opportunity that Great Britain have had to score has been through a Wellington error.
Marvin Edwards is a skipper, not having much to say.
Bit of claret there on Robert Peaver.
His left eye certainly looks to be closed as well, so he's come off second best from someone. There's the angle for Jonathan Davis. 2 conversions so far. This time it's away to the right.
Jonathan Davis scored the try.
Jonathan Davis not able to convert his own try, so Great Britain now leading by 16 points to 8 at the Basin Reserve.
He hasn't had a lot of opportunity in the match, Jonathan Davis, but everything he has done, he's done well.
Running in Rugby League and Association of New Zealand Rugby League is acknowledged. The effort of the International Series in line 3.
Jason Gilbert with the restart on halfway. Can Wellington hit back and score some more points before half-time? This Great Britain side could be pretty hard to keep out in the second half if they get their confidence going. And this is a good run, a good confident run by Ian Smales. He scored a try in the first half. Darryl Powell. Lee Jackson from dummy half. making good yardage.
They've made good yardage from dummy half most of the match. I think really we've got to have a look at these Wellington markers. They should be a little bit more active in around the middle there.
Carl Fairbank loses it, but it goes backwards, and Fox is allowed to pick it up. Out to Powell. Good tackle by Iwi. The ball goes backwards, and now Fox is over there again to clean up again. And he's tackled on the halfway line. Derek Fox, the first choice hooker, the halfback rather, for Great Britain a few years ago. Leading the side today. Edwards puts it behind him. Slips over. And he's an easy prey for Devereaux. On the quarter line, Wellington territory. Bolamal. Gilbert. Kawiti. I think Mike Kawiti and the coach Howie Tamati give themselves a bit of a chance out wide. Down the blind side, Kawiti's been penetrating there all match so far.
It's pretty evident too that very early in the tackle count they're looking to give the football a little bit of air, which is an indication.
No dummy half there for Wellington. Oh, that's shocking play.
It's another bad mistake from Wellington.
But they got away with it because the Great Britain player who dived through couldn't hold on to it. So, they can breathe again.
They can count themselves lucky there. Wellington just looking a little bit ragged as we approach the end of the first half. They've just got to keep their head and control the ball here.
This is Pivar, 2 metres short of halfway. Lomax nearly lost it. Makes it to the halfway line, however. Gilbert wasn't the best of passes and he made a mess of it.
Again, just the simple errors that are making themselves get under pressure. They've just got to keep their composure. If you have a look at John Lomax and Mike Kawiti, they are threats with the ball out wide.
Great Britain put it in, take it out. Here's Irwin. Really featured strongly in the match against the Kiwi Colts at Huntly last week, but we haven't seen a great deal of him today, but there's still plenty of football left in this match. Great Britain leading by 16 points to 8, nearing half-time at the Basin Reserve. Price. Ian Lucas. O'Sullivan underneath. Harvey over the top. 20 metres inside Wellington territory. Fox. Phil Clark. Finds Smale running onto it, but Kawiti read that one pretty well. But he still manages to get it back. Powell pushes it back as well. Now this is Gary Price. So some sloppy play there by the tourist. Carl Fairbank. Fox. Phil Clark. Back inside to Darryl Powell. Good work out to Devereaux. One over the top to David Lyon. Here's a try to Great Britain. Quick hands out wide, and it's Lyon in between the uprights.
It's a classy try. Very smart piece of football from the Great Britain side. They've looked sensational when they've moved the ball out wide, and you can put this down to good effort and time on tour together. They knew exactly what they were doing, backing each other up. Again, Derek Fox involved early in the piece, moves the ball out wide to props running, turns the ball inside. Have a look at this. That's a bad missed tackle there. Poor defence adjustments from Wellington. No cover defence there. A ball over the top. That's a good pass from John Devereaux. He'll be happy with that. David Lyon steps inside Peter Edwards there and just cruises in for a very easy try in the end. That's a good bit of football from a very professional side. They've been playing well. David Lyon, only a late replacement on the tour. He'll be happy with that effort.
David Lyon from the Warrington club, as Jonathan Davis adds the extra points right in front of the uprights again. So the try scorer, David Lyon, his first try for Great Britain, his first match for Great Britain, a memorable day for him already. Great Britain leading 22 points to 8. Fox takes it well from the kickoff. Out it goes now to Ian Smales. Takes on John Lomax. Got away from him, but he won't get away from the other Wellington defenders coming in. Harvey holds him up on the quarter line.
Notice, Greg, that Great Britain have standing Ian Smales back in the in-goal area from kickoffs. Wellington kicking the ball straight to Derek Fox, and then Smales running off Fox. That's the third time I think of in the match that they've used that and made good yards.
This is Gary Price. Been impressed with the back three for Great Britain so far in this match. Price, Smales, and also Philip Clark. The props doing their job as well, and now this is Smales out wide. As I said earlier on, he's a utility player. Likes to play in the backs as well as the forwards and has a bit of pace. Now this is Peter Edwards. 18 metres short of halfway. Takes the tackle. Molomau in from the wing looking for a bit of work. Held up midfield. That's the half-time siren here at the Basin Reserve. And Great Britain go to the break leading by 22 points to 8. 4 tries to 1, and really, as far as Wellington's concerned, Ken Laban, they only have themselves to blame.
Yes, I think Coach Tamati will have a lot to say at half-time, particularly about the error rate that they've committed during the match. They've just made themselves very difficult to be competitive just by turning over the football, giving away unnecessary penalties. If they expect to be competitive at all, they've just got to do the simple things right. They've got to adjust, they've got to move up quickly, both sides of the play the ball. You can see the trouble that Great Britain got Wellington into when they moved the ball and switched it to the other side of the ruck. Players have got to move up, just do the simple things right. It may even be that perhaps Wellington a little bit overawed by the occasion.
Well, at half-time at the Basin Reserve, Great Britain 22, Wellington 8. We'll be back for the second half shortly. Second half underway. Jason Gilbert with the kick-off. Back to Fox. Once again, it's out to one of the forward runners. Once again, it's Ian Smales. Jackson from dummy half.
Great Britain just using simple plays down this end of the field, obviously setting themselves up for a kick.
Jonathan Davis turning Wellington round. Peter Edwards picks it up. It's 20 metres out.
This young Peter Edwards has had a very good game today. He's played well considering it's only a second game for Wellington. Wellington player Samati Molimo tackled on suspicion there.
Tagada with the tap, double round with Kawidi out to Faimalo. Throws a good dummy, Jeffrey Tagada, a little kick over the top, he's been taken out. And it'll be a penalty to Wellington. Professional foul that time by David Lyon, the fullback.
Professional foul here. You see Jeffrey Tagada bust the line with a dummy with a little chip over the top. Very good effort. Professional foul. That should be time in the bin for that one.
David Lyon, the fullback. No, he managed to escape some time in the sin bin. A chance for Wellington to get a bit of confidence going in the second half. Should be a gift of 2 points this time for Jason Gilbert. No mistake by the Wellington standoff, Jason Gilbert. So it's now Great Britain leading by 22 points to 10. Now referee Neville Keisha is going to call out Barry Harvey here. I'm not too sure what this is all about. The touch judge came in and reported something to the referee. And Neville Keisha from Auckland in charge today, laying down the law to Barry Harvey. Jonathan Davis kicks off. And Dave O'Sullivan takes it inside his own quarter. Gets up to the quarter line. Smales, Price and Fox in there to put him to ground. Tangata looks to be okay after being taken out of play before. Back to 1. 6 tackles to go for Wellington. Harvey plays it. Tangata. Faimalo slips over. Now a replacement on here for Wellington in the second half. That's Sonny Whakatau.
We're going! Help!
Penalty to Wellington. So that's the replacement there, Sonny Whakatau. He's on for Robert Peever, who looked to have an eye injury and some blood pouring from his nose in the first half. Dave O'Sullivan tackled by a replacement on for Great Britain, David Bishop, former Welsh rugby international. Another good run by Whakatau.
He's looked very dangerous the last couple of plays that he's been involved with, Jeffrey Tangara. I think the more that he gets involved, the better it will be for Wellington.
John Lomax gets a good ball over to Molyneux. Won't get away from Fox, but he finds Kawiti backing up well. Back inside to Melvin Edwards. Philip Clark is there. And that's the 5th tackle. Jason Gilbert. Tangata. The Great Britain defence came up quickly on that occasion, but they're keeping it alive now. O'Sullivan went over the top. Whakatau's lying loose on the ground, and it's Sean Owen diving on it. So it's a Great Britain ball.
Gee, that looked like a knock-on by the Great Britain side there. I think Great Britain can count themselves lucky to get a good call from the ref there.
Well, this time they put it down. A chance here. Kawiti and Whakatau back inside to Iwi. Now it's a Great Britain ball. Fairbank, but he's knocked it on.
Again, both sides getting a little bit nervous, trying to do a lot with the ball, and the error's starting to come. It's only early. I'm surprised that both teams are trying to do this much with the football.
Tangata takes it away for Wellington.
Having a good game, Jeffrey Tangara, for Wellington today.
Here's Faimalo trying to find a way through. Runners both sides. He couldn't link up with him, but he got it back to Jason Gilbert. He won't get away from Daryl Powell. Now it's Whakatau. Powell, the tackler, as well as Jackson. Wellington 10 metres out. They trail by 22 points to 10. Kawiti down the blind. Keeping it alive now. Back it goes. This time it's Aaron Moana. Props. He's got to line up out wide. Out to O'Sullivan. But a good tackle that time from Eastwood. That saved the day for Great Britain. Wellington had the numbers out wide. Now it's a penalty to Great Britain. Wellington inside the 5.
Gee, there was a good couple of sets of 6 there for Wellington. They were unlucky not to turn some of those attacking opportunities into points.
Now that's Paul Eastwood, who really saved the day for Wellington before. Skipper Morvan Edwards needs to rally his troops. Jonathan Davis will find the outer touch line. No problem there for Davis.
Again, these penalties that Wellington are conceding are just making it easy for Great Britain. Here's a good 30-40 metre yardage game from the kick for Great Britain.
Fairbank. So now Great Britain with a chance. They're 10 metres inside Wellington territory. Jackson from dummy half. Fox. Gary Price. The good double round with Fox, the little halfback. Got a good ball up to the support. That's Philip Clark. He's left it behind. It's a Great Britain ball, but a knock-on in there. So it'll be a Wellington feed.
Some of those Wellington players just close to the ruck, just a little bit slow moving up there. I think a great opportunity for Great Britain to turn that attack into some points there. Was a lead-off for Wellington because of a drop ball.
Mike Kawiti takes it out from the base of the scrum. Oh, but it was Peter Edwards that left it behind. And David Bishop has picked it up now. David Bishop, the former Welsh rugby international, and his father has joined him out here on tour. No doubt he'll be out to impress Dad. Fairbank. 20 metres out from the line now. Fox looking for the runners. Philip Clark got a good ball back, but Harvey read it pretty well. And now it's a Wellington ball. Tangata. Great Britain player receiving some attention in back play. Looks like it could be Gary Price, but play on now as Great Britain have it. Jonathan Davis out to Darryl Powell back inside the Devereaux, but he left it behind, knocked it on. Gilbert couldn't take it cleanly for Wellington.
Fortunately for Wellington, Great Britain made a turnover there. If you had to pick one word to describe today's game, it would have to be mistakes. The game, I think, has been riddled with.
A Wellington ball now. Gilbert, the injured Great Britain player, is on his feet. Oh, a heavy tackle there.
Swinging arm from a Great Britain player there.
Sonny Fakadau. Tangadar out to Lomax. Oh, dangerous one over the top, and Iwi's put it back. Picked up by Edwards. Down the blind side, Mike Kawiti. Iwi. Back it goes now to Gilbert. This is what Wellington should be doing, playing it down in Great Britain territory. And it went straight into the arms of David Lyne. Taken well by Edwards and also Fakadau. John Devereaux straight across field. No future in that. He'll play it. 5 metres short of halfway. Fox got Smales out wide, but he had a bit of a look on that occasion. Smales, he saw Fakadau in front of him, so Great Britain had put it down. A scrum right on the halfway line.
It's getting particularly greasy out there.
Wellington ball. Gilbert. Edwards. Missed out Iwi. Got it out to Peter Edwards coming in, and he makes it to the halfway line. No way through there for the little halfback, Jeffrey Tangata.
I think there should have been a forward there then to take that ball up instead of using the little halfback.
Faimalo. But it's going to be a scrum. Faimalo losing it in the tackle. So another mistake. Wellington have to hold on to this ball for a set of 6, especially in midfield.
Wellington finding the game fairly tough in the middle. Great Britain, I think, are dominating the forward exchanges.
Tangadar out to Gilbert. Edwards up from fullback, but a good tackle by Irwin underneath. Gilbert, Kawiti. 3 Great Britain defenders will hold him up 10 metres inside Great Britain half.
Great Britain have done a very good job, I think, today of containing Mike Kawiti. You can hear them calling and dominating him every time that he runs with the ball.
Knock on there. Once again, another bad mistake for Wellington.
Just a reminder, there are still 2 unclaimed
Well, this game has been played in pretty good spirits today, as we see Davis having a bit of a run. Won't get away from Gilbert and Tangata. 15 metres short of halfway. Great Britain have been kept scoreless in the second half, as Devereux almost puts it down. 22 points to 10. Great Britain leading. Carl Fairbank.
Great Britain spending a lot of time playing the game in the middle of the ruck, which is surprising when you consider the class players that they've got out wide.
Well, now it's a Wellington ball. Mike Kawiti capitalising on that Great Britain mistake.
There's been a lot of pressure on Mike Kawiti today, I think, in the media build-up to the game and the reputation that the players got. There's been a lot of pressure placed on them to produce the goods. I think that Great Britain have done a very good job of keeping them in check. I think some of the forwards, the other Wellington forwards, probably need to get themselves involved a little bit more in this match.
Well, there's Faimalo, but there's no way through for the big second rower. John Lomax standing in the tackle, put it behind him, and it's been picked up by Jeffrey Tangata. There's Harvey, out to Morgan Edwards. Has he got the pace to get away? The Kiwi reserve, and he's in for a try.
The referee checks with the touch judges. I think he's going to award the try. No, he hasn't. Oh, that's a hard decision. That's a hard decision on the Wellington captain, Morgan Edwards. It looked a fair try from up here. He'll be very disappointed with that. On the replay, we see Jeffrey Tangata shrugs off in the tackle. Short ball to Barry Harvey, who picked up Morgan Edwards, who's running hard for the gap. He's got the pace, he's got the power, and he's got the class. Oh, look pretty close. That looked pretty close. I think that's a fair decision.
Looked like a Great Britain player actually had his arm under the ball. Howie Tamati. Now Tangata. Wellington desperate for points on the board. They trail by 12 points. And this time it's Morgan Edwards. They won't take it away from him. This time it's a try.
That's justice for Morgan Edwards. He'll be happy with that. Howie Tamati will be as well. That's a well-deserved try. He was extremely unlucky not to get the decision earlier on, but he'll be happy with that. The call was on to switch the ball back to Brian. We pick it up on the replay. Jason Gilbert at dummy half. Mike Kawiti calling for the ball on the second tackle. Morgan Edwards running for the gap, breaks the tackle, going down low. That's a good try.
Morgan Edwards is happy with that one now. 22 years of age. 16 minutes of play gone in the second half. Morgan Edwards, the 1989 Kiwi, made his test debut last Sunday, coming on as a replacement in the first test at Palmerston North. Difficult conversion attempt for Jason Gilbert. It's swinging round beautifully. There's a try scorer, Morgan Edwards. Great Britain now leading by 22 points to 16. We have a match on our hands again here at the Basin Reserve.
Morgan Edwards, one of the youngest players ever to have captained Wellington. He's seen a lot of these Great Britain tourists on this tour so far this year. He was at fullback in the President's game. He came on as a replacement in the first test last week. He's playing for Wellington today. He plays for the New Zealand Maoris against them this weekend in Rotorua, and he's in the second test side.
The restart by Jonathan Davis, the Wellington coach, Howie Tamati. He's got somebody to cheer about now from the sideline. His side in with the chance of pegging back this deficit.
There's been a lot of pressure on Howie building up to this match. He'll be happy with that.
Replacement player, Pakadao. On the quarter line, Wellington territory. Gilbert, Lomax, Faimalo. Held up, 20 metres out from halfway. Harvey from dummy half trying to find a way through. Makes some good yardage. Kawiti. Linked up with Tangata, and now they spin it the other side to Lomax. He's held up now.
That's a very good run from John Lomax, and standing in a tackle offloading Morgan Edwards. Good play by Wellington. They're looking very good these last couple of minutes, Greg.
The fifth tackle. Harvey. It's a fifth tackle, but it's a penalty. Harvey throwing some punches in there. A flare-up of the Basin Reserve. Barry Harvey wasn't happy about being held on to by one of the Great Britain players. Looks to be sorted out now. Morgan Edwards in there as well.
It's a surprise that this brawl's come about, really, Greg, because the game's really been played in good spirits. We see here Barry Harvey running from dummy half. The marker not on side. Barry Harvey taking exception. Puts in a couple of don't argues there. Great Britain's joining, and there's a bit of a brawl. I think somebody might walk for 5 minutes here.
Well, the touch judges laying down their side of the story to Neville Keisha, who was right on the spot. Now he's going to call out Barry Harvey. Remember, Barry Harvey's already had one warning in this match, so could be in for just a little bit of time in the sin bin. Second warning.
He's a very competitive player, Barry Harvey, the former Kiwi. He puts everything into his football games.
So Barry Harvey, 5 minutes in the sin bin. He's going to have a little bit of time to cool his heels, but it's going to be pretty difficult for Wellington now because Harvey is the hooker. And Wellington still get the penalty.
I think Wellington will make the adjustment. They'll play Jeffrey Tanger at dummy half while Barry's off the field. Barry Harvey, the former Kiwi, been in and out of the Kiwis more times than a yo-yo. He'll be a little bit depressed that he's got 5 minutes in the bin. Bit of an overreaction by Barry.
So an important kick here for Jason Gilbert. Not an easy one. A lot of distance in conditions like this, and the ball's just fallen over.
He's an outstanding kicker of the football, is Jason Gilbert. Record points holder in Wellington.
Gilbert strikes it pretty well, but it's just, yes, it's there. It's there. Just managed to creep over.
He doesn't miss many, Jason Gilbert. Plays for the Wanyamata club, who are the current champions in Wellington. And I think definitely he's a player for the future.
Well, the rain really pouring down at the Basin Reserves. 20 minutes of the second half remaining. Davis puts it back to Dave O'Sullivan, and he's knocked it on the quarter line.
He'll be disappointed with that, Dave O'Sullivan. I think it looked like it came off his feet there. He's a player that doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's a no-frills type player, yardage player, very busy worker in defence.
Wellington without hooker Barry Harvey, who's in the sin bin for 5 minutes, and it's a Great Britain ball. This is Devereaux in from the wing. Great Britain haven't scored any points in the second half. They went to the break leading 22 points to 8. It's now 22 points to 18. 2 years ago at the Hutt Recreation Ground, it was Great Britain who had the task of coming from behind. Lee Jackson, a good run for Great Britain from dummy half, and now the pressure right on this Wellington defence there. Down to 12 men, and Smalls has put it down, so that'll help the Wellington situation. The crowd roars. Tangata plays it.
Wellington should just settle down here, just do simple plays, bearing in mind that their specialist dummy half is off the field, Barry Harvey. They should just run from dummy half or run off the ruck, play the game fairly tightly. He should be back on the field in a couple of minutes.
Molamau. Oh, Dave O'Sullivan's put it down. He wasn't expecting that one. And now Great Britain have another chance. This is David Bishop. Replacement on for Great Britain. Replaced Ian Lucas, the Wigan prop. Price has gone to the front row. Phil Clark, who started as loose forward, is now in the second row. And down on the blind side goes Fox. He's got a couple of runners out wide. Darryl Powell back inside to Fox. They're going to switch direction out to Fairbank, throws a dummy and he loses it. Pocketau is there to pick it up for Wellington. So now it's Great Britain who continually turn on the mistakes. The first side to really settle down will probably win this one, although there's still plenty of football left in the second half.
Yeah, Wellington have to be conscious that they've got poor field position at the moment. Great Britain will be trying very hard to keep them down here. All they should do now is just get themselves into a position where they can kick the football down the other end of the park.
Okay, another replacement warming up. That's Paul Dixon, who had a very strong game in the first test in Palmerston North on Sunday. Paul Dixon from the Leeds club. As Wellington still pinned inside their own half. Azini Faimalo, one over the top to O'Sullivan. Scrappy play there. Eventually Tangara got some sort of grubber kick away. Not enough yardage for my liking. And Fox was back there to pick it up for Great Britain. So they're in with another chance now.
The Wellington team look a little bit disorganised with Barry Harvey missing from the field at the moment. But I think Great Britain are going to take advantage of that. With Wellington a one man down and short of numbers, they're going to put on a fresh player.
Well, here's a good run by Darryl Powell, the centre. Can he link up? No. A good ball and all tackle by Peter Edwards there. The fullback for Wellington. The Great Britain 10 metres out. This is Fox. Throws the dummy. Derek Fox wrapped up. Philip Clark. Now Barry Harvey is back on. He spent his 5 minutes in the sin bin. So Wellington back to a 13-man defence. And that's the fifth tackle for Great Britain. They haven't managed to make too much ground in this set of 6. The grubber kick through, but it's going to go straight back to Peter Edwards.
Very good play from young Peter Edwards. He's had an outstanding game today. I think he'll be a feature of Wellington sides for a few more years to come here. He's a good young player. He's looked very sure of himself back there.
Dave Iwi, back to Victor Aramoana.
Victor Aramoana's had a pretty quiet game today. He's one of the best players running around Wellington, Victor.
Now Harvey. 20 metres out from halfway. Gilbert. Kawiti. Won't find touch. David Lyon's going to pick it up. 20 metres short of halfway. Edwards and Mollimau.
Good kick chase effort there from Wellington.
Penalty to Great Britain. Morvan Edwards overreacting a little bit there. He's fired up, the Wellington skipper.
This is not the time that Wellington need to be giving away errors, giving away silly penalties.
So number 15, Paul Dixon, is on the field, replacing Ian Smales. Scored a try in the first half and has had a pretty good all-round game. Dropped a couple of balls, but I think he's not on his own there. Plenty of players have scored ball in the slippery conditions.
Good tackle from John Lomax, Barry Harvey over the top. That's a good bit of strong defence.
Philip Clark throws a dummy. Jason Gilbert read it pretty well. Great Britain holding on to this 4-point lead. They lead by 22 points to 18. Carl Fairbank out to Paul Dixon. He puts it down. Wasn't the best of passes, and it's still lying loose in the ground. We'll play the first knock on. Midway between the halfway and the quarter line.
A little bit of indiscipline from the Great Britain side there. You notice, Greg, that they spread the ball after the first tackle there. They just sent one forward up and then spread the ball. You wouldn't think they'd got enough points on the board to be able to control that.
Tangara puts it in. Takes it out. Kawiti, dummy half, down the blind side goes Dave O'Sullivan. Darryl Powell takes in ball and all. Paul Dixon's in there as well. That's the halfway line. Faimalo.
Seen if Faimalo's tried all day for Wellington. Worked very hard around the edge of the ruck.
Jason Gilbert, Lomax standing wide, the big prop. Trying to link up. Almost intercepted over there by Eastwood. Knock on.
Wellington very fortunate to get the feed in the scrum there.
Tangara takes it out. Kawiti, good ball out to Edwards, out to Aramoana. Back inside to Kawiti. "20 metres. Inside Great Britain territory. Lomax, Pakadao, but Owen's there. And that's the quarter line, in Great Britain territory. Lomax down the blind, back to Iwi. Held up 20 metres out by Marlowe. Straight ahead. Can't offload. Standing up there, the big second row. Eventually, three of the opposition forwards will throw him into the turf, or should I say the mud in that particular part of the ground. Now it's to Iwi. No organisation in the Wellington team. A long one out now to Kawiti. He starts to move. Back inside to Pakadao. He's got Morgan Edwards. Edwards throws the dummy. That's the fifth tackle. Wellington trailing by 4 points. Harvey, the grubber kick through. Tanganau's there. Can he keep it going? Jeffrey Tanganau. The referee having a good look. It's a try.
That's a great try for Wellington. Couldn't have come at a better time. And if any player deserves it, Jeffrey Tanganau does. Looks like he took a knock after he scored the try. That'll be hard lines on him. One of the best tries, pressure tries you'll see in any game of football. Barry Harvey standing one off the ruck, calls the ball from dummy half, puts a little chip through. Jeffrey Tanganau keeping his head here, toes the ball ahead, takes the ball over the line, touches down. That's a very good try. Jeffrey Tanganau played well on the second replay here. Barry Harvey takes the ball off the ruck, sets himself for the kick. He got the call from Jeffrey Tanganau. He keeps the ball alive himself, touches down over the line. That's a very good try.
Jeffrey Tanganau receiving some treatment after that try. But that certainly makes a game of it now. 22 all. Tanganau up on his feet. Got a very solid game and nifty little character. He'll get another chance to play against Great Britain on Sunday in Rotorua, playing for the New Zealand Māori side. So Jason Gilbert, the most important kick of this game. Strikes it pretty well, it's there. Wellington hit the front. 24 points to 22. Conversion by Jason Gilbert. Great Britain still haven't scored a point in the second half. They led 22 points to 8 at the break. It's been all Wellington in the second half. Can they hold on?
Coach Tamati, he'll be very pleased with that effort. He'll be very pleased. Wellington going quite well at the moment. That was an important kick by Jason Gilbert to put them 2 points ahead.
Jonathan Davis with the restart.
Great Britain offside from the kick there.
10 minutes of play remaining. Still plenty of football left for both sides. 2 years ago, Great Britain had to come from behind to win against Wellington. Now they have to do it again. 24-22. Molamau. Tanganau. Mark Woods straight up the middle. Tanganau. Misses out Lomax. Here's Mike Kawiti with a bit of room to move. Iwi couldn't quite link up with Aaron Moana on the far side. Takes the tackle. Now it's Tanganau. This is the right tactic. Play the game in Great Britain's territory. David Lyon is back there. 10 metres out from his own line. Good chasing. Fox from dummy half, the halfback, the captain today. He needs to rally his troops now. Lee Jackson making good ground from dummy half, 10 metres short of halfway. Carl Fairbank.
Wellington now looking very enthusiastic in defence. That last try has given them some good heart. Really busy
Gary
work
Price.
there from Barry Harvey at marker.
Derek Fox looking for the grandstand touchline. He's not going to find it. Peter Edwards will race back. No, Molamau gets there first. Gets it out of his own end-goal area. Offloads to his skipper, Morgan Edwards. Molamau again. Giving the forwards a bit of a rest. Looking for some work from the wing position as Wellington hold on to this 2-point lead. Dave O'Sullivan up over the quarter line. Got under a swinging arm. Keisha gives David Bishop a warning on the run. Mike Kawiti bumped off one. Got it out to Aaron Moana. Iwi's over there.
Mike Kawiti's starting to become a threat in this game now, later in the piece.
Oh, Tangata took his eyes off that ball for a while. Sullivan was back there to clean up. Wellington losing ground. That's the 5th tackle. Tangata this time. Looking for some open spaces, but Lyons back there. Edwards and Mullava will tackle him, 5 metres short of halfway.
Pressure defence will be the call for Wellington now. Make sure they don't let these Great Britain players stand in the tackle and offload. Make sure they go on the ground. Plenty of enthusiasm in defence will get them through to the end.
Jackson from dummy half again. Another good run by the hooker.
They've got to tidy up the middle of the ruck there, Greg.
Fox. Clark out to Powell.
Another good tackle by Barry Harvey. He's had an outstanding game today, Barry Harvey.
Derek Fox, the grubber kick through. Looking for that far touchline. We'll find it too. And it'll be a Wellington feed into the scrum.
Great Britain playing again very professionally, Greg. They're just keeping their composure and concentrating on getting good field position. I think they're banking on Wellington making an error to see them through to a good result.
Can Wellington hold on? The referee wants this scrum to straighten up. The Wellington ball, Tangata. Back inside it goes to Aramoana.
I'd really like to see Victor Aramoana get a try. Greg, he's been one of Wellington's most faithful players over the years. He's a great player and a good bloke.
By Marlowe, out to Gilbert. Now it's Kawiti, who's been charged down by Powell. Brawl going on here. O'Sullivan for Wellington. Can't quite pick up the Great Britain player that was in the skirmish with O'Sullivan.
I think it was Derek Fox, the aggressor there. I think Great Britain just starting to feel the pressure a little bit. It's the first time in the whole match they've been behind. And I think just some frustration starting to show through. Dave O'Sullivan, not usually a player to instigate these sorts of incidents. Here it is. I think we'll give the benefit of the doubt to Dave O'Sullivan. Definitely the aggressor there is little Derek Fox. Looks like he's a lightweight just out of London. And you see other players joining in to try and break it up. Unnecessary sort of football.
Dave O'Sullivan. Touch judges have given their report. In fact, it looks like it's both of them. Sean Irwin, in fact, the centre, has been pinned. So both sides down to 12 men. Sean Irwin off for Great Britain, Dave O'Sullivan for Wellington, and it's a Great Britain ball as the minutes tick away. Wellington holding on grimly to a 2-point lead at the Basin Reserve, 24 points to 22. Here's the replacement, Paul Dixon, to the quarter line. This is really going to test the Wellington defence now as Great Britain try and throw everything at them. Powell throws the dummy. No, it's not. It goes out to Powell now from Bishop, but the referee says it was forward.
Bit of frustration from both sides starting to creep in. There's just been a little bit of niggle in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
It's a Wellington ball. Out to Gilbert. Can't push off Jonathan Davis. By Marlowe. 20 metres short of halfway. Down the blind. Kawiti. Morven Edwards. John Lomax back inside. Good ball to Faimalo. He's lost it in the tackle. Now it's a Great Britain ball. This is Derek Fox. He throws the dummy. They don't fall for it though, but he gets away from one. Won't get away from the cover from Harvey.
Again, Wellington just have to keep their composure and control the ball. That was another unnecessary error.
Now this is Fairbank almost to the quarter line. Phil Clark. Dixon keeping it alive. It goes back to Clark, to Fox. He's got Powell there. Darryl Powell, but he's thrown it straight to Asini Faimalo for Wellington. Can he get it out to Aramoana? This should be the ball game. Will they catch Victor Aramoana? I don't think so. Victor Aramoana can win the game for Wellington well and truly now. He puts his hand in the air, dives, and it looks to be all over at the Basin Reserve. Wellington, 26 points to 22, 28 to 22. The crowd roars.
One of the greatest tries you'll ever see in Wellington Rugby League, and it couldn't have gone to a better player. We said earlier that if any player deserved to try Wellington Rugby League, had to be Victor Aramoana. Asini Faimalo with the intercept, turns, heads off field, fends off one player, runs up, finds Victor Aramoana, probably one of the most popular, one of the most fastest players in Wellington. And I'll tell you what, he's got plenty of pace and plenty of power. Very, very good player, Victor Aramoana. Big hand to the crowd, over for a glorious try. He's scored a lot of tries in rugby league, and he'd be very happy with that one. That's a good try from one of Wellington's best players. Victor Aramoana there, very, very happy with that effort. He's a great player, well deserved.
Jason Gilbert adds the extra points. Howard Tony puts the hand in the air. He's a happy man. Things didn't look too good at half-time when Great Britain led by 22 points to 8. But at full time at the Basin Reserve, Wellington have beaten Great Britain by 30 points to 22. There's the skipper, Morven Edwards, Howie Tamati, with some of his other officials.
That was a courageous effort from Wellington, coming back in these conditions against the odds, points down at half-time, pressure on the team, pressure on Tamati, been in camp for 3 days. That's a well-deserved victory.
So Wellington have plenty to celebrate. That's the first time they have ever beaten a touring international side. So history here today at the Basin Reserve. Wellington have beaten Great Britain by 30 points to 22. Well done, Wellington.